Hammerhead is a blues lick in the key of A, which will introduce you to the idea of using hammer-ons over a steady bass. Let's check it out. 1, 2, 3, 4. For this lick, we're keeping a steady bass going on the open 5th string. So we're in A, with the open A string being our bass, and then we've got notes on top from the A minor pentatonic scale. So, and the beginning of the first 3 measures all start with the same hammer-on. And so what's going on there is we're doing a pinch between the open 5th string and the open 3rd string, thumb and index on the right hand, and then we're hammering on the end of 1 to the 2nd fret on the 3rd string. The hammer-ons are tricky. You don't want to come in too fast. You don't want to rush it in this case. You want to really hear the first note and then hammer on to the next note on the and of 1. But you also, when you do make the hammer-on, you want to do it fast and you want to do it cleanly. So one thing that I like to do is imagine that I'm aiming not for the string itself, but for the fretboard. So that kind of makes you think a little bit beyond the string. So you're really aiming beyond the string to actually touching the wood itself. And that way you don't come in softer or more slowly and end up muting the string before you even get there. So try to really drop your finger down with authority, and it's almost like you're re-picking the string with your left hand when you make that hammer-on. In fact, if you want to practice it, just try doing the hammer-on without actually even picking the 3rd string first. And if you can make that sound, then you're on your way. One other thing to watch out for is your right hand finger tends to want to come in again when you hammer on and also pick the string, and you might take a little practice just to leave the index finger out of the picture when that's going on. So that's the hammer-on. So we start off on 1 and beat 2 we have the thumb again. Then on beat 3 we do another pinch here, thumb and 1st fret on the 2nd string, and then come over on the and of 3 back to the 2nd fret on the 3rd string again. So now in the 2nd measure we start with the same hammer-on, and then on the and of 2 we go to 4th fret on the 2nd string. So 1 and 2 and then 2 more bass notes. Now on the 3rd measure, we have another hammer-on on beat 3. So we start off hammer-on beat 1, and then we do a pinch on the 2nd string, come back to the 3rd string. On beat 3, we pinch open 5th string and 1st fret on the 2nd string, and hammer on with the pinky to the 3rd fret. And then finish the measure with another pinch, 1st fret on the 2nd string, and back to the 2nd fret on the 3rd string. So the 2nd beat and the 4th beat are the same. So hammer on, pinch, hammer on, pinch. And again, you might want to just isolate this hammer-on and work on getting the pinky to come down quick and clean so you can get that note to sound. And finally, the 4th measure is when we finish things up by coming back down the scale with a pinch on the high string, 3rd fret on the 2nd string, pinch on the 2nd string at the 1st fret, and back to the 2nd fret on the 3rd string. So even though there's a lot of notes going on, there's a lot of repetition. We have this move a lot, and we have this move a lot, and then we have just some open bass notes too. So if you can start looking for the places where you're playing some of the same things more than once, it can kind of cut down. You don't have to think, oh, there's so many notes to learn. It's like, well, actually, we're repeating a lot of the same moves. So here's what the whole thing sounds like put together again. 1, 2, 3, 4.